Hi, my name is Paula Irving. This presentation takes a look at social change and its impact on behaviors. First, we will look at social change over the past 10 years, how it's impacted our language, style, and environmental resources. The social change on the information revolution, how modernization changed many underdeveloped countries, plus lists types of some historical social movements and when and why they happened. We begin by asking, what is social change? Social change is a dramatic cultural and behavioral shift in a society that occurs gradually. Specific triggers like conflict, changes in demographics, and acculturation provoke social change. Examples include the Green Movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the LGBT rights. Social change creates equality. It also improves labor rights and business relationships. It protects minority groups, help the environment, and empower the population. It also maintains leadership accountability, improves future generations' lives, and tackle underlying problems rooted in society. What changes are evident in the last 10 years? How has it affected us? Social change has impacted society's language, style, and environmental resources. Online dating, same-sex marriages, and online education are new normals. Multiple shifts occur in our physical environment recently, resulting in increased natural disasters, sea level risings, and substantial damage to livable coastline, causing significant concerns. An example include mass migration. The population rapidly changes every year, and people live longer, adding strain to specific resources. Our population increased by 19.5 million since 2010, according to the United States Census Bureau. A shift in social norms and values generate discoveries, inventions, new ideologies, and technology. An example of that is knowledge explosion. Acculturation produces unique ideas on race, gender, religion, education, work, and other social factors. Diffusion is an adaptive process that occurs when cultural traits become integrated in society. Example, Asian Latin cuisine and the French influence in New Orleans. Conflict develops primarily because of greed and clash over valued resources. Examples of that include crude oil clashes, agricultural losses, and clean air solutions. Mass media negatively and positively impact social change. It can also be a breeding ground for propaganda. They falsely report events and falsely advertise because of monetary gains most of the time. Fundamentalists believe society can achieve balance by making adjustment when disturbances occur and accommodating a healthy operative system to avoid cultural lag. Example of which, people refusing to embrace change and hold on to old ideals. The information revolution. The information revolution has impacted social change in societies globally. The convergence of computers, smartphones, electronic devices, and internet usage has become a leading source of communication and transmission of massive amounts of data. The revolution led to increased workplace challenges, job losses, and disruption in particular processes. It has also transformed the way people communicate how data is transmitted, and how quickly information is available, and it drives new inventions and facilitates global distribution. Information has become increasingly profitable for many. The future looks brighter as society continues to ascend into the digital age. Information became a necessity during this pandemic as people flocked to different mediums to obtain information, or survival will become more reliant on data. Students without internet access right now are at such a disadvantage. When a society transforms into traditional society and economic systems into industrialized nations, the process is referred to as modernization. Countries evolve into Western democracies by making advances in education, politics, and communication, by also embracing diversity and prevent extreme inequities. Social systems usually perpetuate unbalanced trade between core and peripheral countries. Modernization occurs in multiple stages based on societal differences and the integration of social structures and cultural elements. Modernization has negative implications in underdeveloped countries. Technological advances heighten ecology progress. Modernization impacts forestry, grasslands, and aquatic habitats. Because of wildlife destruction, various marine life is destroyed and global warming. A rapid shift in information technology jeopardizes resources and creates numerous challenges for developing nations. Maintaining focus on effective solutions is necessary, and modernization also creates more opportunities among minorities in developing countries as they increase access to specific commodities and the information highway like the World Wide Web. Next, we go to social movements. Social movements can influence or resist change. Injustices and economic disparities produce social movements. Types of social movements entrenched in history include revolutionary movements, which pursue changes in government, regime, or society by inciting violence. Reform movements seeks change, indicating equitable standards. Resistant campaigns block change or move to revert old standards. Expressive activities or movement seeks renewal and modification of individuals. Social movements form different ideals. They show relevance. They highlight existing conditions and emphasize the need for action. The American Revolutionary movement, created in the 18th century, occurred to gain independence from the British regime. The Civil Rights Movement, led by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, sought equal rights and justice for all in the 1960s. Then there was the Ku Klux Klan, which started in the 1950s and was a famous resistance movement targeting civil rights progression. Next, we come to the hippie movement, prime example of an expressive movement of the 1970s, insisting on creating peace, love, and harmony in society. Thank you. This is my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night. I can't even.